I'm good looking and I have a good figure and girls like me.
Oh no, sad.
Creating something called the Sex Pistols was my painting, my sculpture.
You don't create me, I am me.
Everyone in the planet knows Malcolm's full of shit.
The worst currently are the Sex Pistols. They are the antithesis of humankind.
The music punk rock, raw, outrageous and crude, like their fan magazine, Slipping Glue.
I went to art school because I wanted to be a painter. We did our job, and that's the story, and now we're gone, and that's it. That suits me fine.
Like a lot of countercultural movements, like the hippie movement, like the hip-hop movement in the early 80s, and the punk rock movement, they were all informed by the social, economic, political climate of the time. You know what I mean? We couldn't get... It's like Johnny Rotten sung, and, you know, we really felt it. When he said no future, it really felt like we had no future. And we actually tried to get... We got proactive and tried to do something about that situation. You know, whether that be start a band or me starting to film or people starting to write, it was a proactive thing. That was the thing about punk rock. It was all-inclusive. If you had an idea and you had the motivation, you could be part of this shit, you know. So late 70s London, the political, social, economic climate's pretty bad. My white mates were very pissed off. I was already pissed off because I was first generation black and British and I had plenty to be pissed off about. Fortunately for me, I had a soundtrack to ease my pain. That was reggae music. My white mates never had that. The popular music of the time was like stadium rock, you know, overindulgent shit with 20-minute solos, and it didn't reflect the feeling on the street. So my white friends set about creating their own soundtrack of the people, for the people, by the people. That became punk rock.
The environment at Sleeping Minds gig, we create a freedom. It's a mixture of people. It doesn't matter whether it's a small venue or a big venue now to us. So it's just always the same thing, you know. It's me and Jay and the laptop on stage, and that's it, you know. And everything else is whatever's there.
Calling all the workers plebs. You better think about the future. You better think about your neck. You better think about the shit you got, mate. I work my dreams off for 2 bits of ravioli and a warm bottle of Smirnoff under a manager that doesn't have a fucking clue. Do you want me to tell you what? Think about your cunt. I don't think that's a very good idea. Do you? You pockmark, four-eyed, shit-fitted shirt, white Converse with a taste for young girls. Don't send me home with a glint in my eye. I told my family about the fucking wage rise and got fucked on, devoured, puked on and sucked up. You fucking fly. The suction on your fly feet, it kept me pinned to the pipe whilst your PA rattled out emails, workstations, forced to engage in flirtatious conversation. Sack the manager, sack the manager, sack the manager, sack the manager, sack the fucking manager!
Hey everybody, are you guys ready?
I already knew I was going to be some kind of artist, I just didn't know what kind. We were all trying to make feminist work, like it was just totally impossible for me to keep it out. I'd read Toby's fanzine, and she was talking about feminism and punk rock in the same sentence.
Toby was like, do you know how to play bass? No. Do you want to start a band? Toby was like, I think we should ask this girl Kathleen to be the singer.
It was making music a voice for a lot of people that hadn't been heard before. Right when Bikini Kill started, right when grunge was like going off the hook, right when Nirvana was exploding. It was a wild scene.
Feminism had been kind of scared of pop culture music. It was really good at protesting it and not good at making it. And so Riot Girl was speaking to people.
We were on a mission, whether we got attention or not.
Bikini Kill wasn't just the best girl band, they were the best band.
There's this whole fear someone's going to say, I don't think so. Other people can think whatever they want, but they should have to stay out of my way.
I think what you'll have to let me do is let me just talk and just get it over with.
She's a rebel, isn't she?
Punk rocker.
Provocative.
Iconic.
She was like our queen.
It's hard to imagine that one designer could be all of those things.
Vivienne Westwood.
Vivienne Westwood.
There's Vivienne, the fashion designer. There is Vivienne, the campaigner. And then there is Vivienne, the person.
We had these 4 women that were like sticks of dynamite, and the whole thing was like this feminist explosion on stage.
They were definitely the queens of punk. The Slits had attitude.
It unlocked something for me, and suddenly I was standing there thinking, wow, I want to do this too.
Rock and roll was about men rebelling against their moms. And the Slits used rock and roll to rebel against everything.
They were inventing a new kind of music. It was completely outside of rock and roll. It was completely outside of punk.
The whole thing was kind of like a dream come true.
They terrified people, but it wasn't just like angry, screaming girls kind of terrifying. It was a deep psychology. People could not deal with these powerful women.
Because they were an intrusion. Women were supposed to know their place, and their place was to be singing what some regular guy wanted them to sing and not determining themselves. Hidden from history, but it always happens. It happens all the time.